G'day Grafton, here's a question for you. Will the start of the 2015-2016 financial year be seen as the time when the market in Grafton truly jumped? You know, as the horses were leaping out of the gates of the July Racing Carnival, is that the time when our local real estate market also started to really spring out of the gates? I think the answer is yes, and there have been some important indicators over the last couple of weeks that things have moved on to a bit of a next level here in Grafton. In the rental market, we've seen the first wave of management level employees that are mainly coming here for major capital works projects like the new Grafton Bridge or the big new realignment of the Pacific Highway nearby. Now, so far these tend to be men, management level employees at large national firms that are contracting to RMS. And at this stage, they're putting pressure on the higher end of the rental market, everything from about $300 to about $450 per week. In the sale market, we've seen the first real wave of out-of-town investors coming into town and looking at our rental suitable properties. Over the last 6 to 8 months, we've seen a real surge in investor interest, but it's been primarily from local investors, whereas these investors are people who don't have experience in Grafton. They might be from Sydney, Brisbane, Coffs Harbour, Ballina, Byron, those sort of areas, and they're coming here because of the yields, okay? It's mainly focusing on our higher returning rental yields. And to give you an idea, McKimm's Real Estate at the moment have a triplex, that's 3 dwellings under the one roof, for sale in Dovedale. If you look at the returns, it's returning about $470 per week in total rent. And the asking price is about $300,000. Now that works out to nearly an 8% return on your money. When we look at the average return for the combined capital cities in Australia, it's only around 3.5, 3.6%. So you can see that the returns are much higher in Grafton, and of course our median prices are much lower. And that's why we're starting to see those first wave of investors and the first wave of management level employees coming in to put pressure on our rental market to satisfy them. Interesting time for Grafton. Let's see if this continues into a mini boom or a strong period of growth over the next few years. Thanks, and that's the market.